A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. To know the road ahead, ask those coming back. If you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. If you want happiness for a lifetime, help somebody. He who asks a question is a fool for 5 minutes. He who does not ask a question remains a fool forever. When the wind of change blows, some people build walls and others build windmills. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. A diamond with a flaw is worth more than a pebble without imperfections. He who returns from a journey is not the same as he who left. Not the cry, but the flight of the wild duck leads the flock to fly and follow. Opportunity knocks at the door only once. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. With true friends, even water drunk together is sweet enough. Learning is a treasure that will follow its owner everywhere. A single conversation with a wise man is better than 10 years of study. To talk much and arrive nowhere is the same as climbing a tree to catch a fish. Better to light a candle than to curse the darkness. Tension is who you think you should be. Relaxation is who you are. One moment of patience may ward off great disaster. One moment of impatience may ruin a whole life. A book holds a house of gold. An invisible thread connects those who are destined to meet. Do not fear going forward slowly. Fear only to stand still. Be not afraid of growing slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. The more you sweat in practice, the less you bleed in battle. The person who says it cannot be done should not interrupt the person doing it. If you are patient in one moment of anger, you will escape 100 days of sorrow. He who blames others has a long way to go on his journey. He who blames himself is halfway there. He who blames no one has arrived. A bird does not sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song. The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man perfected without trials. Keep a green tree in your heart and perhaps a singing bird will come. If you must play, decide on 3 things at the start: the rules of the game, the stakes, and the quitting time. Deep doubts, deep wisdom. Small doubts, little wisdom. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Pearls don't lie on the seashore. If you want one, you must dive for it. When you drink the water, remember the spring. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. Teachers open the door, but you must enter by yourself. A man grows most tired while standing still. The tongue is the enemy of the neck. Sow much, reap much, sow little, reap little. The wise adapt themselves to circumstances, as water molds itself to the pitcher. Dig the well before you are thirsty. If you don't want anyone to know, don't do it. If you don't speculate, you can't accumulate. If you always give, you will always have. Happiness is the best cosmetic. Different flowers look good to different people. One cannot refuse to eat just because there is a chance of being choked. Distance tests a horse's strength. Time reveals a person's character. If your strength is small, don't carry heavy burdens. If your words are worthless, don't give advice. The person who removes a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Every step makes a footprint. A fall into a ditch makes you wiser. You cannot prevent the birds of sorrow from flying over your head, but you can prevent them from building nests in your hair. To believe in one's dreams is to spend all of one's life asleep. A smile will gain you 10 more years of life. The loftiest towers rise from the ground. Pleasure for an hour, a bottle of wine. Pleasure for a year, marriage. Pleasure for a lifetime, a garden. A single beam cannot support a great house. Control your emotions or they will control you. When you have only 2 pennies left in the world, buy a loaf of bread with one and a lily with the other. 3 humble shoemakers brainstorming will make a great statesman. A journey of 1,000 miles begins beneath one's feet. Make happy those who are near and those who are far will come. When the winds of change blow, some people build walls and others build windmills. To understand your parents' love, you must raise children yourself. Ripe fruit falls by itself, but it doesn't fall into your mouth. Once bitten by a snake, she is scared all her life at the mere sight of a rope. After 3 days without reading, talk becomes flavorless. We count our miseries carefully and accept our blessings without much thought. A bit of fragrance clings to the hand that gives flowers. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight.